While the woman was preparing dinner, she noticed that the eggs she had just purchased were completely hollow inside. Initially thinking this was just a coincidence, she grabbed another egg and squeezed it hard to test it. This egg also instantly crumbled into fragments. After checking each one individually, she was shocked to discover that the entire carton contained defective eggs. But the strange phenomena didn't stop there. While he was completely absorbed in cleaning the windows, he failed to notice that the wall behind him was quietly moving. Moments later, he found himself tightly trapped and unable to move. Just as he faced the threat of deadly compression, the wall returned to its original position. Initially, he thought it was a hallucination caused by recent fatigue and didn't pay much attention to it. However, when he was about to continue working, he saw the marks left by the pressure he had just experienced. At that moment, he realized that everything he had gone through had actually happened. Just as he began to question reality, he suddenly remembered the day he first arrived at this place. All the residents had participated in a welcoming ceremony carefully arranged for him, with everyone wearing seemingly sincere expressions of joy on their faces. Only a black woman appeared extremely uneasy and nervous. The others thought she had mental problems. After all, this place was promoted as the most ideal residential community. Becoming a member of this community required meeting to specific requirements. First, applicants must have espoused a romantic partner. Second, entry into the northern desert area was strictly prohibited, and violators would bear all risks themselves. However, that black woman seemed completely out of place in the group. A month ago, she had violated the community's prohibition and secretly taken her child into the northern forbidden zone. When security personnel found her child had disappeared, leaving only the child's beloved belongings at the scene. From that point on, she seemed to have become a different person, claiming to anyone she met that everything in this community was fabricated and urging everyone to flee as quickly as possible. Until one afternoon, while organizing clothes, she caught a glimpse of that neighbor holding the child's belongings and gazing at the distant desert. This scene greatly sparked her curiosity to investigate. Therefore, she decided to go to the northern area to uncover the truth. But strangely, before even reaching the destination, her fellow passengers left one by one, until only she and the driver remained in the vehicle. As they gradually approached the desert boundary, a tremendous roar suddenly echoed through the air. She immediately looked up following the sound. Moments later, something crashed straight down behind the mountains. She was so shocked by the scene before her that she lost her composure and urgently shouted for the driver to stop, hoping he could drive to the crash site for a rescue. Unexpectedly, the driver claimed it was a prohibited area and worriedly advised her not to get involved in the matter. Seeing the driver's indifferent attitude, she grabbed her bag and jumped out of the car, rushing alone toward the direction where the aircraft had crashed, not noticing the danger warning signs erected along the roadside. But puzzling lie, although the aircraft had clearly crashed here, no trace of any plane could now be found. Moreover, as she ventured deeper, the surrounding scenery became increasingly desolate. Without realizing it, she arrived at the foot of a small mountain. Atop the peak stood a highly incongruous circular structure, which she assumed must be the workplace where the husbands went every day. Therefore, she decided to climb the mountain to seek assistance. However, when she exhausted herself climbing to the summit, she found only a crude semicircular house with no one around. This strange architectural style bore no resemblance to the characteristics of a corporate office building.